Hi everyone, this is Egulio, and today I'll be analyzing my games that I did against Jesus in KOTH. We did a squire match in which the score was 3-2 and all the games were intense except for one. So this is a really interesting, these are really interesting games to commentate, and I hope you guys will like it. So let's start off with the first game. On Inlet, it was the starting map. We both went boat farm mortar, although we didn't know it at the start, except for us picking out the strategies. But boat farm mortar is basically considered meta by many people. For inlets, the mortar, just look at all of the mortar spots. Like you can micro your mortar at like any point on the map, and it'll be effective because of all of the curves. And while boat is a pretty obvious one, you can literally greed, unless it's an infinite blues, you can pretty much greed the entire early game with just grape shots. Like until round 8, until round 6, you can just greed with a single grape shot on last. It hits everything here. It hits all of it. So we do the basic boat start. So nothing interesting happens here, except for him that he started with the farm instead of the boat, leaking more lives but getting one more banana. Everyone takes the away. I decided to go for the lives and not for the extra banana. Round 4 starts, and as you can see, we both don't even rush. It doesn't even matter. We both have a passive strategy that can win late game against any other strategies or drain them even after they greed in the early game. So we don't even, it doesn't even matter. I don't even know why he sent me pinks here. I mean, he forced a little leaks, but it's nothing. I'm just gonna continue greeting for my my second farm that I can get before round 6. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a few leaks, get the farm before him, because he sent those pinks so he couldn't get afford it. Now he can afford it. Go, time to send the blacks. He goes for the faster shooting. I go for the second grape shot. You would only go for the second grape shot if you're in my position. Oh, I forgot to upgrade the farm, by the way. If you're in my position where he's gonna continue sending blacks, and you didn't get the faster shooting in the first time, because this is what the defense that is forced by blacks, and this is less expensive. But if you get faster shooting, it's not worth getting another grape shot. But another grape shot is more cost effective, so this is what I do. Now he comes around for yellows. We both upgraded, so there's no rush that's gonna come soon. I decide to rush first because if you rush first with yellows, it means you get the eco back faster. So it's, if there's a yellow situation and I have a little bit of money advantage, I don't hesitate. I will rush at yellows first to get that little bit of money. Here I instantly get my mortar. Mortar is really cheap, 750. Defends the yellows fantastically with those two boats. We both greed. Round 11 is gonna come. Round 11 is gonna force a little bit more defense. We're gonna need Bernie cell for both of us. For those whites, basically whites. And here decides me to send a boosted white rush. I decided to get faster shooting and an additional grape shot because boosted whites, especially with how many he sent. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a really good play by him. For multiple reasons. One, it forced, look at how I got 2 faster shooting and a grape shot. I decided to go for the same rush, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't continue rushing like I should have. I should have actually counted on round 11. I think about it. It was a really good play for him because look at his eco. He's now at a 60 eco advantage even after I counter rush him. Although I am up in farms, but honestly, you're gonna see eco is way more important than farms. Because we're not gonna get BI in this situation where we decided to send such a big rush. And when you get factory for those rounds like round 21, round 23, round 25, you want this eco because those rounds are so long. They're so long that farms get almost less effective than eco. And so this eco will allow you to recover from getting your factory and allow you to get your second factory faster, which is really important. So here I force a destroyer. He's gonna force a destroyer on my part. A destroyer in the second faster shooting, grape shot defense almost everything mid-game unless they boost something big. Burning stuff is just way too good. Mortar has been one of the most underestimated towers in the history of the game. Here I get I don't know what I got, but yeah. Yeah, I wasn't going for no, I did get the camo detection. All right. I usually go camo detection because the mortar is here to put burning stuff. He's not actually there to decamo, especially with mortar pierce. I'm not gonna risk it. He decides to just send leads, which I really believe was a mistake. Gives me an excuse to get my burster, which is also one of the most underrated towers in the history of the game. Burster is such a good tower for cleanup. It's insane. Even though the pierce of the mortar is kind of limited, it does so much damage. It's 40 pierce, or 60, I actually forgot. And it does 3 layers of damage each shot. It's so good. And look how fast it's gonna clean up all the pinks you want. Almost all the pinks you want, it's gonna clean it up. It's gonna clean it up. And by the time it starts chasing with its pierce, doesn't even matter. You can just target back your bows, your ninjas, your anything back to first, and it's gonna catch up the leaks. Bow Murder really is an amazing combo, and it's been taking a lot of popularity recently. So here, actually, I go for my factory. Here, he actually did probably the mistake that cost him the game. He decided to rush me after I got my factory, which would force defense, but didn't really matter. It's only one more destroyer, and I got a factory advantage. But what he could have done is that he had actually the eco advantage already. He should have went for his factory because I wouldn't have stopped it. He would have the money to defend anything. And you would have got all of those crates, and you could have continued ecoing, gaining that eco advantage. And now I'm losing the game pretty hard. He's 300 eco more, but it's gonna come down to the late game, so I still have hope. But he's such a big advantage right there. In theory, he should win the game. Here I spam grape shots to destroy the ceramics so the burning stuff can be more effective and the burster can clean up. I didn't need them. It's just that if you rush someone, yeah, you have to prevent for them rushing with zebras are more effective in this case. If you rushed with zebras, I would have been kind of fucked if I didn't get those 2 grape shots. Maybe 1 should have been enough. I should have waited before getting them, but it's fine. I forced a destroyer. I don't know. I don't think it's a burster. No, I don't think it's a burster. So I decided to go for 1 more farm. Here I realized how much I'm getting bullied. But what he did is that he actually got too much defense in that plantation, and that's gonna allow me to get my factory way faster than his, even though he had such a higher eco. And this is actually what's gonna put me back in the advantage state that I didn't have. So here I'm waiting to see if he rushes me. He doesn't. Oh, actually he did. So I just get more grape shots on the edge. Pop the ceramics layer. I only need to pop the ceramic layer. That's all I need. Here you can see that the mortar pierce just got bullied. So I didn't get big glass, so I wouldn't even have got all of them. Actually, oh yeah, you got it at the same time. But I got the more valuable bananas. Here's round 25. He decides to go for destroyer spamming. And actually, you're gonna see that he doesn't get a big one for the rest of the game, which is a mistake, and you're gonna see why. So I get the big one for round 25. I sell off those grape shots. They're worthless now. I should have actually even sold the destroyer, just 1 destroyer, and 1 big one is gonna solo me to round 27 when the mobs comes and you need 3 destroyers. But I should have sold that destroyer for a little bit more bananas, and yeah, and get me my farms a bit faster. So here, let's put it faster. Should have done that way before. I'm pretty much done explaining the gameplay. We're just gonna fast forward and getting those farms, And I actually keep up in farms because I get my farms faster than him, even though he has higher eco. So this was a very specific situation where I managed to keep up in farms, even though I had worse eco by a long shot. Here I get my last farm, and it's actually really important to get the last farm faster DD up on it, and you're gonna see why. I'm gonna send an early Zone G. I'm just basically building up money, building up destroyers. He's building up so many destroyers. You're gonna see it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. I'm sending double. Those are cooldown ZMGs. Can't remember. And then he boosted it. He boosted me, so I decided to, well, counter. Counter. And here I should lose if he mortar salts, but I have, as you know, best micro in the game, so I could just mortar saw my way to victory. And here you can see he loses the game because he had nothing for cleanup, and mortar saw cannot solo everything. When the mobs pop, the blues don't stay stunned. You need the big one at the end to clean up, and you need the big one for round 32 so that the ceramics don't limit the pierce of your destroyers. Actually, you had big one. Well, you had big one over there, but he didn't aim it at the end, and well, it cost him the game. I could have won and still had one more factory. It came down to this game came down to mortar micro. We both had the money to mortar micro the entire way, so would have really come down to mortar micro. But in the end, he choked. I won the game. GG's well played. His losing map was Frozen River, in which he tried to go DFA, but I already knew that boat was going to be meta on this map, because it can just basically drain DFA to death. Not to death, but it can drain DFA pretty damn hard. I decided to go with, it was more of an experiment than anything, because there's barely 8 boat spots on this map. 8, that's not a lot, especially for late game when you need to pop those UMGs. 8 is not a lot of boats, really not. So I decided to go with so I can pop those UMGs. But I forgot one important detail, and you're gonna see, it cost me the game. So here, basic stuff. I go for Mexico. He's going DFA. I need to go aggro. There's no way around it. He sent so many blues. I don't even care. I'm going Mexico. I'm just gonna get it. So here, close, minimize the leaks. I force double, triple, basic start. Go for the plantation before him because I have boat. OP boat. Blacks, and then I'm gonna follow up with a shit ton of greens. He's gonna get, if I remember, I'm just gonna stop sending. No, he gets a triple dart, so I just stop sending. He's gonna defend all the greens I send. I get my bolt in the middle. This isn't prevention for the mid game. I put it on close for more effectiveness. So my faster shooting is now the cleanup, so I put it on close. Okay, he goes for the spoil. Just is really basic early game. I have a 100 eco advantage. He has one more farm. Basic stuff, Bud versus DFA. Here he cannot farm, or he can barely send any rushes because he needs to get that lead. He gets the lead early, so I decided to not rush. I get my whiz spot. This whiz spot, by the way, it hits here, and here. I think this is the best lightning spot. It just has the most effective range. And here he sends that beefy light rush again, but I just get faster shooting and take the leaks. Not really worth it. Here I just choked the rush. Should have either not sent or just sent a bigger rush. Here I forced a lot of defense. This is where I actually just started to drain DFA because this map anti-sells naturally. The map is so short. Map is so short. Here tries to force defense. I actually sold for the destroyer. Put it back on first. Get camo detection on my lightning. He did force the selling. I just go back for my plantation. He shouldn't have rushed. I mean, he's really in a hard spot. Here he tries to rush. This is, I don't remember forcing it. Oh yeah, I forced another destroyer. Well done. Here I can't really force anything. He has double spoil. He has the jug. I basically forced it earlier and he decided to not sell his defense. So he's just gonna stay drained. Mob time. I have no reason not to send it. I should have went up. Actually, I should have gone for more ecos and leads and stuff behind it. Then he odious micros it, and I get surprised. I didn't expect him to odious micro it, but this came at a cost. The cost is he has 2 plantations with 500 eco around 19. he's at a huge disadvantage. He goes for the plantation. Which I don't know why. He should have went for more for at least one more plantation before he went for that republic. He sends a lot of leads, sends a lot of things. Actually, force a boost because of around 20 AI. He has an ODS. I'm not even gonna bother rushing it. ODS is just gonna shred everything with that jug. He's gonna get rid of the leads. Worthless. Rush are worthless. 5 triple darts too. Worthless. So I just decides here, let me explain. Here I didn't go for my factory. Why? Simply because we were at the end of round 21. He has money saved up. Round 22 is gonna come, and this AI path is deadly as hell. It just goes straight down here. It doesn't curve like the synth path. It just goes straight down. And if it goes there, and I only have my destroyer to clean up, I only have another destroyer and 2 lightnings, I'm gonna die. And the factory, with as much money it gives, isn't the safest for most of like the time it takes to get up that money back. So I decided to just go for Republic, go for the safe play. It's cheaper than the factory, and Republic will give me a lot of farms because round 22 is short, really short round. So it's gonna give me actually money. It is a worth it buy. So I decided to. It's basically a safe play. Here you can see I get destroyers, and he sends leads to save up money. If I did not get that other destroyer, I would have been fucked. It was actually way closer on the in the actual game. I think Battles TV fucked up again. So here he decides to pre-get darts, which I don't understand at all. Yeah, so he just greets for his factory. Good play by him. Round 23, not worth getting farms on round 23. Round is so long. So long. Here, as you can see, Boat just... Boat needs to get so much defense for the ceramic rounds. It's unbelievable. Here, I think I'm even gonna get another lightning for safety. Yeah, like, I have 5 destroyers and I'm struggling. Yeah, I got a tornado and boosted to the normal air. I had 5 destroyers! I had 5 the boats on this. Imagine if I did have, like, I mean, burning stuff, but it barely hits. The ceramics are fast. 8 boat spot on this map is not a lot. No, so here I get my double factory. And here, I do the most important play of the game. If I do not rush him, he's gonna get 3 or 4 factories, which I really don't want. Because that means that he can send UMGs and GZ, and he'll be fine. What I want is that he stays at those 2 factories. Because DFA with 2 factories, it takes 1 factory for him to sell to GZ. And HGZ is 4k in money. And he also needs to spam fan clubs. So basically, I'm gonna limit him to sending me barely any ZMGs. And I'm gonna limit him to actually die to just a few ZMGs because of his limited amount of money. So here I just send the ZMG round 28. I believe this is the play that allowed me to get really close to the win. But as you can, there's something will happen. You will see what it is. But this play is a really important play. Round 28, we're getting closer to the round 30. I can just save up for the round 30 rush. It's really good place. Just, I'm gonna stop his farm basically. He's not gonna be able to farm, and I can just save up money. So here he goes on to defend the ZMG with a GZ. There you go. Round 30 arrived. Time to send the ZMGs. All Moabs, all Moab class balloons, all the blimps, they get double the HP that they had from round 29 to round 30. There is no change in the Moab's health from round 0 to 29, but at round 30, they gain their original health from the BTD, from the solo games, which is half the health that they have prior to that. I'm just saying, it is half the health. It is such a huge difference. Here, round 31 is causing me trouble because of the sand path. He's with DFA, doesn't actually really care about the AI. And here, as you can see, he doesn't have money. He has to send me ZMGs too. That's the 9k to ZMG. And here, here's what cost me the game. I forgot about one round. I forgot about round 32. And that's the synth path. I got a Tempest and I had to boost. I didn't plan for it, so my last boost was forced. And I actually needed that last boost to defend the CMGs and the AI from round 33, or mobs that he would send under. But I was forced to panic boost because I didn't plan for round 32. And as you will see, just to defend round 32, like, I mean barely defend it, I'm gonna need 3 Tempests. 3 Tempest Tornadoes. I did not expect this. It was my first game with both Wiz on this map. In the future I will plan for it. So as you can see, he doesn't have the money to defend. He's just gonna die to those EMGs. So he decides to beat the first one. Otherwise, well, he loses the game. Here I'll just bolt pull the power of boat. I can just use my Phoenix to pop the CMG layer and then bolt pull. Really easy. Normally here I should defend. I'm just waiting. Doesn't matter if it pops at near the end. I have good micro. I can catch up. Here, yeah, you can see he doesn't have the money to defend at all. So he just decides to go for more of a stalling strategy, and he decides to counter. And as you can see, wait, how does it not pause? The game is bugged. Okay, as you can see, here's where I would have needed my boost. The mobs are just getting past. I cannot pop them. I should have just bolt pulled them earlier when I saw them. I should have just bolt pulled them or something. But yeah, he sent one of those mobs. Really well played by him. In the actual game, I actually sold 10%. I don't know what happened. Battle CV's bugging right now. But yeah, that boost round 32 cost me the game. Didn't expect to need 3 Tempests. Holy cow. Maybe should have got, I don't know, aircraft carriers, but Phoenixes are more cost effective. So yeah, well played by him. That counter cost me the game, and it's well played to him. As you can see, he had no more money. He wouldn't have defended that last CMG, and I would have if he didn't send those mobs. I would have just got one more Phoenix and just pulled the insides. So yeah, well played by him. Really great game. Now the next game, I don't even know if it's worth talking about it. So to go Dread, where Heli Farmice just dominates. Heli Farmice just completely mid on this map. You cannot stop the BIA. There's no way to stop the BIA. There's no way. The map is so long, and Heli can just, you can just target micro Heli across the map. Just pop, rush it if they're nothing. Here we do the ice start because since the Heli nerf, it's not even worth thinking about doing a Heli start. Let me do ice start, and yeah, as you can see, I didn't play the ice start very well. It was my second time doing an ice start, and I just fucked it up, bro. Oh my god. Now he goes for the Heli. He realizes I'm not even gonna rush. He's gonna sell his ice, gonna catch up in farms. My ices are doing absolutely nothing because I'm a dumbass. And I decided to just go for my Heli. It cost me a lot of money. I decided to send greens. Oh my god, he gets the ice, defends it like if it's nothing after getting the farm. I could have just sent blacks. I just misplayed this game. I just misplayed the game, but it's fine. We're still in early game. It's gonna come down to late game. We're both gonna get the IA. So I was like, yeah, doesn't really matter. We'll both send whites here. Actually plays a lot better than me. He's targeting, he doesn't even get the quad. Yeah, my targeting just sucked. I barely played Heli before, so I'm definitely gonna have to practice Heli ice for Dread, since it's such the obvious meta. As you can see, I'm getting outplayed here. Not even close. I'm just getting bullied. Decided to send the whites, force his before. He doesn't send big enough for me to force anything. Get camel detection. It doesn't actually send anything, so I just greed the farm. Greed the other farm. I actually catch up in farms, I believe, because of that. Yeah, get the razors. And now we're just going for BIA. Now, actually, in the back here, I had a 2-0. I didn't have a 1-0. Otherwise, I would have won for BIA this round. But what I like to do in passive games like this, or when you get the BIA so early, is that I like to get a BIA and a plantation. And that's what I got here. But here, Yeah. Yeah, I didn't boost. I didn't sell my plantation. Yeah, let's not talk about it. I didn't sell the plantation or didn't boost. I just tried to micro ice timings. Ugh. I don't know what I was thinking. So I was like, okay, the first two boat maps, they went well for me. I played both kind of well. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick Yin Yang. Yin Yang is also a boat map. And it's gonna come down to the razor. I can go boat mortar, boat whiz. I decided to go boat mortar in the end. And because of all the greed that mortar can allow and the stalling, just such a good combination. Even if there's no good mortar spots, mortar targeting, I mean, it's just so good. It's just so good because of the stall. It doesn't even matter. So yeah, I decided to pick Yin Yang. So let's fast forward a bit. Just basic boat start. I go for the passive start where I get the farm and don't send. Actually, this was a misplay. I did the start for Hydra, but it's on Yin Yang. I don't even need grape shots. So I could have sent those earlier for 6 grape shot faster. Round 4 is gonna come. Pigs don't even do anything with the boat on close with grape shot, so I just grade my plantation. I think he didn't see that it didn't have grape shot because well, yeah. The instant one set and I just get it. I was like, yeah, doesn't even matter at this point. Just basic boat start. Send the blacks. I go for my classic double grape shot. He goes for the faster shooting. Classic. My second boat spot is on plus, boat on close meta. It allows you to get the most pierce out of the grapes, which they have 1 pierce. Wait, do they have 2? Forgot. So here, you can see, you wanna know a fun fact? This map is 22 seconds long red balloon equivalent. It takes 22 seconds for red to do the entire map. It's long. It's a long map. And there's such like this big dead area where you basically don't get defense because it's not worth it, and there's no tower that gets the range for both sides, right? And so it becomes a region fest. But it also means if I get a grape shot here on close, that gets the starting and the ending, and then I get a boat here on close, that the AI will come because the yellows are getting sent. I mean, even if you had this boat spot here, double grape shot with faster shooting on this maps defend yellows like it's nothing. It's nothing. Yellows on this map, not even a worth it rush. Not even worth it. I just get the farm advantage. We'll go for a lead. Both get a mortar. Actually, in the game, I popped that lead. Yeah, there's a bit of, yeah. So here I go for a white rush, and as you can see, same thing happens from his yellow rush. It does nothing. It's not even worth sending those rushes. Those bolt spots are amazing. Those bolt spots are amazing. I just get a grape shot just to allow burning stuff to become more effective. Yeah. I actually should have got the grape shot here. Didn't even matter. I'm just gonna sell up for more farms anyways. Yeah, I do a regen rush. Try to force defense. You just go for 0-0s. Trying to pop the upper layers with Pierce. Oh, well played. Well, I don't think it was worth it. So here we just do basic stuff. We're equal in farm, almost equal in cash. And here comes a mob. Now, both of us messed up a lot. I didn't expect mobs to be such a big problem. And this is actually where I think Wizard would be better on this map. Wizard, you get a Fire Breath. You can defend those mobs. You can get Tornado. You can defend those mobs without boosting, without bolt pulling, without any of that problem. Maybe better. Maybe better. Probably better. But we're both going boat mortar. So let's suffer. Both side mobs. He decides to boost it at me and get double destroyers. I was just planning to boost. Didn't even matter. I don't know why I didn't balloon boost. I still had 3 balloon boosts. Could have rushed him. He decided to get a straight destroyer here, which I don't really like because it means you can block it with balloons that you decide to send. So he goes for another Moab. Here I was supposed to bolt pull it, but as I can see, it popped before, and I was forced to boost again. Yeah, that wasn't lucky. I should have stole the destroyer so it doesn't do as much damage to the Moab. It is my fault. Now I can balloon boost it. I decided to go pull again. I put bullet ceramic. So I was forced to get. Oh my god! And as you can see, I just drained myself trying to build pull. I misplayed so hard. I misplayed, so I sent worthless rushes. I bolt pulled when I wasn't supposed to. I drew that game. I should have lost that game. And I decided to send double mobs after that. And he does the same mistakes. He goes for a super heavy defense. He has no more farms. He could have just, I don't know, he could have double bolt pulled that. Would have been way more cost effective. And yeah, we basically both drained myself after 135 eco. So let's talk about something that is really underrated. Imagine you're around 23. You have those farms and 335 eco. The rounds are super long. Your farms are gonna give you, the farms gives you money per round. They don't give you money per time, like eco. Your income is every 6 seconds, your farms is per round. Well, those rounds are so long, eco is more important. Especially with such little farms. Like, if you have factories, that's fine. They're factories, they give so much money. When you have no eco and no farms, you get no money at all. You get no money. No money. You just slow the bananas to come out. And with his higher eco, it would just get it out for me. Yeah, that's what he does. See, he goes for eco, goes for his farms. So here at the I do a crucial decision. With those rounds so high, there's one upgrade of the farm that has been kind of forgotten. I just defend around 24 with some micro, blah blah blah. And here I'm waiting for a certain amount of money. Why? I go for a bank. Yeah, he's shocked. Why did I go for a bank? A bank, compared to any plantation, doesn't care about the length of the rounds. It gives 30 eco per round. I just around 25 AI, kind of normal. It doesn't care. It gives money like eco per time. It gives money over time, and each round, this money for the bank, it is a 10% income. It's basically like it multiplies at the end of the round the amount of money that is saved up. So my bank basically allowed me to actually get money, you know, because of the length of the round and the amount of eco I had. Bank was actually my best solution to catching up. Eagles are factory, really normal. You could have got for a bank too, an earlier bank than me, but I decided to go factory. Don't blame him on there. He has 600, 700 eco, gas farms, so his factory, totally normal. But I was basically forced into getting that bank, and here I actually misplayed. I could have banked out and get the BI right there. But I messed up. I forgot about it, and well, I think I get it now. Yeah, I get it now. See, I messed up. BI is way better than bank because not only does it give 80 eco, it gets money faster, and it has, instead of 10%, it has 15% increase. So you just defend AI, almost off, and actually didn't even realize he didn't. Wait, no, he has it. Yeah, he got his factory so late. Holy cow! How did he get it so late? I think he choked to the. Yeah, he should have won this game, honestly. So I get the big one. Round 32 is gonna come, and here I sell my bank. I sell my BA, and I go for one ZMG all out. One ZMG all out. Round 31, the ZMG will kill us. We both don't have money. Honestly thought he would defend it, but I was shocked. CMGs have a lot of health. I knew it wouldn't even pop it. I just want to defend AI right here. My goal here, defend AI. I'm not even gonna try to pop it. I don't have a boost. And one thing to not forget is that this map, see that entire dead curve that I talked about? You have no boat attacking the mob, the ZMG here. You have nothing. And this is why I think Wiz would be better on this map. Not only for the mob that won't drain you. The mid game, the lightning gets everything. Even though Bernie stuff mid game is obviously really, really good. Like, both mortar with the Bernie stuff, amazing. For the ceramic rounds, I think it'd just be better with lightnings. I just think Wizard would be better because you could drain both mortar, get the farm advantage. On late game, you can use phoenixes that get the entire map. They're gonna attack the Zoomjis when it's here, and you're gonna be able to bolt pull it. Get a few tempests. It's not like the other map where the fucking ceramics round 32 are gonna be as deadly. They're gonna be deadly. Don't get me wrong. You need at least 2 tempests, but they're not gonna be as deadly. So here I decide to set mobs. We both send mobs, and here I go for some mortar micro. At this point, we just both decided to mortar micro our way to victory. I forced those mobs. I send those mobs so he doesn't just passively defend the ZMG. He has to also defend those mobs. And it allows me to force him to not pop the ZMG. So here, it just comes down to micro. I micro both mortars to defend the mobs. I don't even have enough money for mortar stalling. So here I micro the mortars to pop it. On my screen, it's an easy defend. And at this point, I realize, well, it's mortar micro time. We're both gonna just mortar micro until one of us dies. You know, I sold everything at this point. At this point in time, yeah, and then he just dies to, yeah, because decided to not mortar stall. I just mortar stall the AI and just defend. Oh wait, did he not even have money for mortar stall? Yeah, he didn't have. So yeah, we both messed up that game. It was a really close game. It was a real interesting game. I liked it. And here comes his losing map, which was Super Monkey Lane, where he goes dart farm tax shooter. I knew if he goes dart and then good dart, I get bullied. I am not good with darts like any of those top players. But I am good with one tower. I am good with Dartling. Dartling is my little baby. I know how to play Dartling. I know how to play Dartling. Pretty much all you need to know. And so here I decide to go probably the most underrated aggro strategy of all time. Now, most people would consider Dartling Glue as a passive strategy. That's not the case. Not the case at all. Glue with... Dartling has such weak COG popping power late game. It is so weak. It's laughable. And people were like, okay, but you have glue, right? You have glue, so you can go late game, right? You can go late game. You can win late game. You can be a passive strategy and win late game. Yes, it works if the enemy's damage sends cooldowns UMGs. In that case, you can defend so late because you have glue, you have stall, and you can just spam Dartlings to hit one UMG. Really effective. It's gonna work. I'm telling you, it's gonna work. But the problem is, if they send FC UMGs, your Dartlings don't have the pierce. Rear of Dooms are too expensive. You're just not gonna defend even around 33 all out. And now glue is nerfed, so it's 33%. So why would I go glue here? Well, the thing is that a lot of people thought it would be a passive strategy because of the stall. It's actually really good for being aggro. Dartling is probably the most effective. It is the tower that allows you to greed the most out of all towers. Probably equal to boats in terms of just greeding farms, getting the advantage. It gives camo detection. It just solos the camos. So you can just put something to help it. You just need something to help it mid-game. And glue can help mid-game. A 2-2 glue on strong. And you targeting the cleanup with your Dartling. You know they send pings. If you just spam 0-1 Dartlings, it's gonna be good enough. You're gonna be able to outfarm them. And so glue, what's gonna allow is that normally a Dartling boomer to say, BFBs are hell. BFBs are hell, aren't they? They're hell, right? Well, with Dartling glue, you have glue. And I don't know if you knew about it, but egulio bullies PFPs even with 30% slow. It just does so much damage, and it does damage to the insides too. You get a 3/2 glue, and those BFBs are gonna become almost nothing. You get a 4/2 glue. Oh my god, not even worth talking about. So here I'm gonna abuse it. My goal: make him have low farms, and then I'll farm him. Send a ZMG first, and go to late game with low money, where I am in advantage with a glue slow that pops all the insides. And I can just spam the links to pop that ZMG layer and defend. That is my goal. I need to go late game in low farms. I thought you would go Ace or Wizard, and both of them in low farms, they're not gonna stand a chance against a stall where I can just stall their rushes, right? So that is the goal. Just go late game in a low farm situation. So here I go aggro, basic aggro. I do my targeting, and then there's Darkling Glitch for Battle CV. I do targeting. Here I try to anti-stall the round as fast as possible. My goal is really to anti-stall, force a lot of defense, and then just out-farm mid-game when they have nothing. Force defense whenever I can. Whenever I can force defense, I will force defense. So that is my plan. I use Darkling. I use the power of Darkling. I actually stopped sending here because it's actually a lot more intense on my screen. I get the second Darkling. I defend without leaking too much. I don't want to be low on lives. Not good. Don't want to be low on a short map. So here I go for double. Here I send the yellows. Aggro. I am aggro. I'm going heavy on that guy. I am going heavy. And here I start out farming. He's gonna need so much for light. Look at it. He needs a jug. Jug is so expensive. Jug is so expensive. It's laughable how expensive a jug is. So here I send the leads. Now he hasn't revealed the tech yet, which I'm surprised. He should have actually just started with a tech shooter. Don't know what he was thinking. Here I rush regions. Since the camo, I just get my upgrade. I have my 2/2 glue in the bill right there. You can see. And here, I'm actually not farming. I was thinking White Rush, I would have needed more defense. So here, as you can see, I'm defending just fine. I'm defending just fine with those three. All farms are low. All farms are low. I decided to continue farming. And he wouldn't get even more farms. I can just... The Dar against anti-stalling doesn't get farms. It just doesn't get farms because it needs that jug. It needs all of those things. And if it wants to force defense so that I don't get too much money, right? Yeah, it just doesn't get farmed. So here he spawns strip darts. And because he spawns strip darts, I was like, not even worth sending him up. Look at how many strip darts he has. He boosts, not worth. Look at my farms, not worth. I was thinking of a mob, so I was actually saving up for that 3/2 glue I was talking about. But he doesn't send, so I just get up my farms. But I always have this little money to save up. I should have greeted, actually, honestly. Here he decides to send, and I spam Darklings. yeah, that's how you play. I just spam Darklings. I just play it. Just spam 0-1 Darklings. They're the most effective way with Darkling to get popping power. And I need more popping power anyways. So I decided to go for my farm. I can get my 3/2. Here sends the BFB. I was like, that's dumb. I'm just gonna get this without... And then I realized he's all-outing me. Oh. Let's slow it down. I go for the 4/2 glue. Did you know that the 4/2 glue does 10 damage per second? Well, if you didn't know, now you know. It does 10 damage per second. 10 damage per second before the half health blimps. Oh my god, and all of the insides, they get instantly popped. You don't even care if there's ceramics here. If they have a 4/2 glue effect on them, and that dead. So I just go for it. I'll sell my farm, and I actually still kind of need popping power, you know? So I get a lot of Darklings. I don't want him to send me camels and deflect, so I just get all of those. The 4/2 glue is gonna carry. I just get that, and then the allies. Here I boost. I want to make sure I boost here to make sure that glue gets on every single tower. My glue here is just to defend. And then here, I missed my cred. I would have defended if I was faster. If I got a Hydra rocket pod, if I lose stormed, but I decided to get that Rev 2, and in the actual game, it took me so much time to get the Rev 2. It took me so much time to get the laser cannon that the ceramics just didn't get any popping power. It was actually really close. I was really close defending that. I barely leaked enough to die. Really close game. Really interesting best of 5. Really good games. GG's to Jesus, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content.